Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 news update. And in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the latest community transmission which has just released, featuring all of the details about the new reinforcement abilities, their weapons, and so much more, including the new map, and the patch notes, the complete patch notes for tomorrow's update, which is Battlefront 2's Rise of Skywalker update. The trailer did drop before the CT, and I will be showing some of the trailer in this video. So let's get started with the new planet, and it says you'll have plenty of cover in the form of thick vegetation, whilst caves will offer the opportunity for some great close combat gameplay. And the jungle planet will be available in co-op and heroes vs villains with this update. And it will also be coming to instant action and capital supremacy in January 2020. So the update releases tomorrow, December 17th, but the new planet will release after the Rise of Skywalker later on December 20th, so Friday. Now let's move on to the reinforcements, starting with the Sith Trooper. So the community transmission states that the merciless trooper excels in speed and advanced weaponry to hunt down and destroy anyone that stands in their way. Activating the combat rush ability will boost the sprint speed of the Sith Trooper, and defeating enemies when it's enabled will trigger health regeneration and extend the time of combat rush. Seeker Tactics, the second ability, will allow the Sith Trooper to scan the nearby area to reveal the 4 closest enemies. Defeating enemies will reveal even more. And the third ability for the Sith Trooper is the Oppression Grenade. This is a grenade that damages any of the nearby enemies, as well as blocking their ability to recover health for a short period of time. Moving on to the resistance side of things, we have the Aubusson Gunner, and it states the Aubusson is compassionate and strong-willed, and it has a modified rotary cannon to combat enemies threatening her resistance allies. So, you have the charge ability, where the Aubusson will charge forth and slam into her enemies, knocking them down, something similar to what Jetpack has. And when she's not on the offensive, you can activate Defensive Stance, which instantly calls her modified Z6B rotary cannon, which is her primary weapon, and any damage dealt replenishes health for both herself and any nearby allies. And the third and final ability is where she switches her modified Z6B rotary cannon into anti-armor mode, so it has increased efficiency against both shields and vehicles. Moving on to the other First Order reinforcement, it's the new Jet Trooper. So this comes equipped with custom armor and a brand new jetpack, and it has the G125 projectile launcher. So the jetpack ability enables flight while spending fuel, while the advanced nature of it allows for a hover mode. So this can be activated by aiming down sights of the weapon when in. You can also activate the tri-barrel launcher, which will reconfigure the blaster to fire with a tri-barreled projectile. So it's a standard blaster in normal position, but you can also change it into sort of a grenade launcher. But it has really big heat build-up, so there is a bit of a trade-off there. And the third and final ability is the Jet Tackle. So this allows the Jet Trooper to charge forth along the ground and slam into enemies, knocking them off their feet. And then we have the Cap Hex Spy, the other resistance reinforcement. So this is armed with a GLIE 44, and it also specialises in hand-to-hand combat. So the first ability is the Tundra Attack. This will hit the enemy with a series of blunt force melee strikes with the Truncheon, and this is similar to what Jyn Erso had in the first game. And these strikes can be chained together for a powerful third strike, which will knock the enemy back to the ground. Again, similar to what Captain Phasma has as well. The second ability is Scanner Beacon, and this allows the spy to deploy a decoy that relays enemy locations and disrupts their scanner to display a false enemy. If deployed outdoors, this will be used to call in a remote bombardment. So there is a couple of things going on there. And the rapid fire ability gives the option to the spy to have the blaster rapidly fire with maximum damage output. Moving on to the new hero skins, we have the names of them. It is Supreme Leader for Kylo Ren, Resistance Hero is for Finn, and Rey is just simply Jedi. These are the 3 appearances we see in the trailers for the Rise of Skywalker. I really like Kylo's appearance. I really like Finn's as well, and I think my favourite out of the bunch will be Rey's. All of these skins are epic as expected and will be available for 40,000 credits or 1,000 crystals, but if you do own the Celebration Edition, you will get them for free. Moving on to some co-op news. Jakku, Takodana, Starkiller Base, and the brand new planet. They will be put into the existing co-op rotation, but they will be making sure to prioritise the new trilogy maps, allowing you to play them more frequently. DICE are also going to be giving us more control over what faction we want to play as, and to begin with, they're going to be starting with co-op. You will have the ability to choose if you want to play as anything: Galactic Republic, Separatist Alliance, the Resistance, and the First Order, and they say they're going to be updating the game modes with a similar menu structure in the coming months, including Capital Supremacy. So, for example, if you just want to play as the clones in Capital Supremacy, that looks like it's going to be happening in the near future. They've also added a new UI function, which is mark objectives. This is something I've been asking for quite some time, since its introduction in the last game in one of the DLC. So you're now going to be able to mark objectives. This will allow anyone who is playing as a trooper, reinforcement, or hero to press an assigned button when aiming at an in-game objective in both co-op and Capital Supremacy. So once an objective has been marked, this will send a signal to your squad that it should be their focus of their attention. If more than one person mark the same objective, a number will be displayed to indicate how many marks there has been, just like in the previous game. Also, weapon crosshairs will be dimmed a little bit when you can't use your weapons. So, for example, going from wheel form to destroyer form as a droideka, you will see them dimmed a little bit. This will hopefully make it a bit clearer for people that don't know if they can shoot or not. There's also going to be an animation tweak to the damage reduction icon. It's now much quicker when you see an enemy evading, or you're evading, since evades have such a short duration. Boba Fett has also received a massive change. So with the release of the new First Order Jet Trooper, they're tweaking Boba Fett to closely resemble some of the new mechanics. So Boba Fett used to fall straight down even if he had forward momentum when running out of fuel. He now continues an arc through the air like the First Order Jet Trooper. And the jetpack fuel bars are near the crosshair. This will make it much easier to see this critical piece of information instead of looking to the bottom right hand of the screen. As a side effect, they've moved the position of the camera a bit further to the side, not to overlap Boba with the fuel UI bar. This goes the same for the First Order Jet Trooper. You can now regen fuel whilst doing normal jumps. This was previously blocked unintentionally. And there's also some various visual and audio tweaks. So when idle, the jetpack shows a small flame. When landing, the jetpack will play a burst of flame to show that it is braking your landing. And when falling through the air, the sound of dangerously falling is replaced with an engine idle sound from the jetpack to signal that you'll not take any damage. Bossk, another bounty hunter, has also received a bunch of changes. So they've tweaked the fire input block duration when activating Bossk's abilities. So he will now have a short fire input block when throwing a Deoxys grenade and while deploying proximity mines. And the duration of the fire block when activating Predator Instincts has been increased to match the animation. He can no longer fire the first shot before he holds his rifle in both hands again. The squad spawn mechanic has also seen some tweaks. So in Blast, Strike and Extraction, their goal here is to increase how quickly you can get back into the action with your squad and reduce the amount of time you have to spend running from the default spawn location. So this hopefully is good news. Moving on to some more hero changes, the following abilities now show the amount of players that can be targeted: Luke's Push and Repulse, Emperor Palpatine's Dark Aura and Electrocute, Anakin Skywalker's Heroic Impact and Pull Dominance, Chewbacca's Charge Slam, Count Dooku's Lightning Stun, Kylo Ren's Pull and Freeze, Darth Maul's Choke Throw, Rey's Mind Trick, Yoda's Unleash, and Obi-Wan's Restrictive Mind Trick as well. Also, a change has been made to the Mind Trick. It no longer prevents dodging, so if you do come under the influence of that Mind Trick ability, specifically from Obi-Wan, you can still dodge. And Darth Vader's Choke ability will work even if there is no target. That has been reverted from the update we got last week or so. And that is all of the patch notes and the community transmission for tomorrow's update. Yes, the Rise of Skywalker update releases tomorrow, December 17th. Remember to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you can see all of the videos coming out tomorrow from me. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. and drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you aren't around here, check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.